What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And then share if possible. Now from time to time I like to talk about different stuff on my channel. You know what I'm saying? If it gets asked, because I do listen to my subscribers. If they ask, I'll do a video on it. And I know there's people out there that, why are you talking about this? Nobody wants to hear about this. That's why your video doesn't get that many views, blah, 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 blah. It was asked, I'm putting out the video, bro. You know what I mean? My subscribers help me, so I put out whatever they want to hear, my boy. If I'm able to speak on it. And I got asked about the Illuminati, my thoughts on the Illuminati. By William BD, and he's a pretty good subscriber of mine, you know what I mean? Always showing love, so I came here to deliver. And I know there's people out there, when people try to break down, because obviously I'm not from the Illuminati, I'm from Radford Street. So they rather hear it from somebody that doesn't have government ties. Which is the reason why I wanted to actually, give my thoughts on this, because I was just going to message him back in a message, but decided to do a video instead. The Illuminati has never been about the Illuminati, my boy. The Illuminati was a real thing. It did exist back then. It hasn't existed in a long ass time. What was the Illuminati? My boy, the Illuminati was a fucking book club. It was a book club, homie. It was a fucking The Little Rascals, my boy. It was a gang without violence. It was just a fucking group, like a fraternity group. That's all it was. You know what I mean? People already have all the money and everything like that. Now they want to belong to a social club. That way they're to flex the wallet, homie. Because I have enough money to be a part of this. That's what it's all about. It's all about the flex. People have to understand this. It's not about the secrecy of the group or their secret agendas. My boy, it's about knowing the fact that you're rich enough to be a part of that group. That's what it's about. So, I know. The reality is boring, huh? The plain truth is never fun, huh? It's like, Shadow, you always come and just fucking ruin everything, huh? Can only call it how it is. People have to understand the human behavior and the psychology behind these kind of things, because when we're talking about the Illuminati, it's never been about the Illuminati. People get frustrated out there making videos debunking it, and they're right there scratching their heads. It's not about the Illuminati. It's never been about the Illuminati. Understand that this is all about each and every single individual who presents this case. Understand that it's about them and their emotions. Understand that some of them have to make themselves believe that this is that this is what it is, in order for how they view life to make sense, homie. Because there's something there that they need to make sense of it, and they're just not able to comprehend it. Therefore, they create this bubble in order to make rational sense of it, because there's individuals out there that just need to know, and when they just can't know, or they just can't grasp it, they tend to just kind of try to piece the puzzle in their own way. That's why you're not able to understand it. That's why it doesn't make sense to you, because it's not supposed to. This is about that individual and his emotions. See, human beings, we're not really good at expressing our emotions, or our how we view things, or why we want to view it this way. Whatever attachment people have to it, like it's because there has to be a heaven, because I miss my mom and I want to like to think that one day we'll be able to, it's always about the individuals. It's not about the actual thing. You know what I mean? Whether, regardless if it's lizard people, Illuminati, flat earth, it doesn't matter. All of that is completely irrelevant. You could clearly tell from where the motives are coming from by the aggression and the bashing of government, and their personal view on overall on government. And with that, you already get your answer. I'm able to tell when somebody's breaking down their opinions on these kind of things. I'm able to figure out, like, within. I'm not bullshitting or nothing, and I'm not saying this just to brag or nothing. I'm able to tell within like about 5 minutes if they're legit on what they're speaking, or if there's a personal motive behind it. And 9 times out of 10, there's always a personal motive behind it. And it always tends to do with like governments and stuff like that, and that's because they have a personal grudge, towards government for whatever reason they do. um, and this is just their way of, because people like to build walls, right, to for people not to get into their personal life and their personal emotions. It's a human trait, you know what I mean, that we do this. So they'll use this as the shield. That way, you don't, get into, their personal head or their personal feelings or thoughts on certain things. Um, is the reason why they do it. It's like a shield. So it makes them feel better, it protects them. Um, that's just the way humans are. Um, Now, how do I know that it doesn't exist? You act like you're so sure. Like, how the fuck do you know? Evidence, my boy. What it's evidence? The best part of evidence, or living now, is history. Ta-da! You must know history. And if you know history and human behavior, because they are tied together, then you would understand the history of human behavior. The history of human behavior will have already told you that this group is not still up. Um, Example, first of all, it's a group that's run on secrecy. Everything must be kept a secret. So why do they have handshakes and symbols just all over the damn place for people to recognize and see, if the whole thing is about secrecy? And if they're really good at keeping so much secrets for this long, um, then why would they all of a sudden now just be doing it on camera with a secret handshake? And why would they blow their cover like that? Second of all, if there's anything that you should have already learned by now, is that, let's face it, nobody can keep a secret, my boy. Nobody can keep a secret. You might be able to keep a secret for a short amount of time, but shit, everything always hits the fan. Everything has hit the fan. Everything has fucking hit the fans always, my boy. Because why? Because humans just can't keep secrets, my boy. They have to help. They see conversation, lack of exception, and all of that is something that we crave, right? And so therefore, when you tell somebody a secret, sometimes when they want to, feel, a part of the circle, or get some status within their group or posse or whatever, they'll tend to spill the beans. That way, people could be like, oh damn, oh, like now they feel like they're the center of attention and all of that. And worst of all, when it's a group of individuals, if it's a group, then 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be able to keep a secret. If you tell one person a secret, they'll probably be able to keep it, right? Now, if you tell 8 people the same secret, do you think that shit's still gonna stay a secret, knowing how people behave and how they act and everything like that? Ask yourself that question right now and answer it truthfully right now. If you were to tell 8 motherfuckers your deepest, darkest secret, do you think that it could be kept a secret? Now you're talking about a group of individuals who fucking spill the beans on every fucking little thing. And now, you could say, no, but what if they're scared of repercussions? Beautiful that people talk about this. There's in certain places, and even in the medieval times, where people will commit heinous crimes, right? And so they would feed them to the lions, or have rats eat their genitals and stuff like that. And guess what happened? Humans were still committing these crimes. There's a death oath in mafias and organizations and all like that. And guess what happens? People break the rules and they get whacked. And they continue to get whacked. I have always said this: you cannot domesticate a human. You could put death oaths, you could you could threaten them. They're still gonna break the rules, my boy. They're not gonna listen. They're gonna slip. They just can't help it. All of those things have death oaths and threats and everything like that, and trust me, they'll take their threats more seriously than the governments, and they still. You get what I'm saying? Nothing is kept a secret. If there's one thing that you should have already learned, is nothing has been kept a secret. So they were able to keep all of this a secret for so long, because people don't understand how much individuals need to be involved in order for this to actually work. It's a massive amount of people you need in order to make this shit all work. And if you're telling a massive amount of people this, they're gonna spill the beans, my boy. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, this is not about the Illuminati. This is not about um, lizard people and everything. This is about that individual. He must make rational sense of it this way in order to justify his views on whatever whatever he's guarding with his feelings. You get what I'm saying? So don't bash the Illuminati or be like, man, these people are fucking stupid and everything. Bro, just understand that they have to view the world like this because they're emotionally attached to something that they hold dear, and this is the way um, they can have, I guess, some sense of hope to to be attached to that for whatever reasons, religious or spiritual or magical or but this all has to exist in order for that thing to exist. Therefore, giving them, a chance of hope of that, a sense of hope of that. So this is not about, Illuminati and all that. My thoughts on the Illuminati is that it did exist before it was just a fucking book club, just a fucking group. You know what I mean? They had no power and none of that. Yes, I have read dozens of books, watch fucking I don't know how many hours of videos explaining the truth of the Illuminati and the facts. I have the facts that this shit exists. I have gone through all of that, and within 10 minutes of that, I could already see the fraud in it. You know what I mean? Not to put none of those people down. I mean, overall, they're good books, good stories, and presentation, and it's phenomenal. Very gifted individuals, and I'm glad to see that they're passionate into this. But clearly, you could tell that it's an emotional mechanism that they're triggering. But you would have to understand the human behavior and the psychology behind it. Um, Now, I'm not saying I'm a master at this or I'm a. At the end of the day, these are just my theories and thoughts. He asked for my opinion, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not saying that this is 100% facts. I'm just giving my 2 cents in it. I'm not trying to convince people otherwise or whatever. Just maybe shedding some light on how I view the scenario. Might help others view it similar or spark something or anything like that. You know what I mean? I don't have an ego, so I'm not saying that I'm a know-it-all or a smart guy or everything like that. Just give my 2 cents. But that's just my opinion on the whole Illuminati thing, and my boy. So that's my thoughts on it, and how I view it. So, Shadow, we out.